Okay, gents, this is a move basically off a scrum. Scrum has to be in the middle of the park or nearish the middle of the park, because what we're really trying to do, the purpose of this is put the 15 in a lot of space in the outside wing, either to score a try in a corner or to have a kick chase down that right hand side with support players. The premise of it all, and if you look at the setup, is the wingers in the outside centre and inside centre and outside winger are all set really, really wide apart. Let's put the wingers into a bit of pressure, their wingers under pressure, to try to stretch them wider, which will make them think that there's going to be a kick chase, potentially. And the 15's going to not be too sure which way he's going to go, so he's probably going to sit back further, which I can't really show in this animation. I'm going to let it run through once, and just so you can see what we're trying to do, and then I'll talk through what happens and why he's running through it. Okay, one more time. Okay, back to again. Okay, so there's a reason why I took this video here at this sort of position on the pitch. It's because you can see that there's 10 metres of a yardage between the 9 and the 10. We need that 10 metres because we have to have the 10 in motion for 5 metres before he gets the ball. Okay, before the ball's passed. If we're up too close, it wouldn't work, because we need him moving fast to cover the ground in between the scrum and the 13. Essentially, once he gets to the middle about here, it's a DSP with a 13. Dummy switch, what would have been a pop to the 14, but instead we're doing a pull back to 15, who's running a really wide line to get out and around outside of that 11. What these guys are trying to do is to pull these two guys in tighter. 13's dummy switch is to stop their 6 and 8, who will come into that area trying to tackle. So his job is basically to attract attention in that back row. And then the 10's just faking the pop to the 14. 14's got to go super quick in there to make sure that 11's up and tight. And then we just whip it out the back. This can be done off either hand. It just depends on what that 9 does. 9, if he comes up here too far, it might be hard past the 9 to get around him to get to the 10, to the space. You can do a variation with the 8 picks and pops, but we're not going to do that. This way is better. What's important is the open side and the 9 are trying to get into this area over here, looking to support the 15. So you see 10 was in motion before the ball was even popped and played. That's to get him up to the 5 metre line. 13, 14 does a little straightish, then start to come in. 13's now thinking about how to make himself as visible as possible to that back row. Stops the 7 and 6 and 8 in the back row. 12 is now committed onto the 10. Right, so he's got to try and make the tackle in the 10. 11's now got to worry about this space and this space. He has to close in the 14, because 12's now blocked by the 10. So the 14's coming in the crash line. That also means the 15, the 10's thinking about this crash line as well. Out back to the 15. You can see the 15's way over in between the 10 and the 5. Sorry, 5 and the 15. 50 metre line. That's deliberate. It has to be out there. It's a big distance. But he's got to have all this space to run into. So we need a 15 that's moving really, really quickly here. Gets on a ball in front of him, not to him, but in front of him, so he can accelerate through. Run around that 15, possibly coming across. Maybe the 11 bounces out and puts him under pressure. Either way, 9-7, these guys got to really work over to protect him, because he's going to be isolated. That's what I was saying about positioning in the park. We really need to think about this. Probably being up closer to their 22. So when the 15 does have that breakdown, he's essentially going in for the try. Well, that makes sense. Probably call this blacks or something, or knights, call it knights.